Gravitas, co-presented by Skoda. Kushaq, choose what really matters.
20 years after Ahmad Shah Massoud's death, Afghanistan's future looks grim. Can it survive the Taliban and the many terror groups that the Taliban is hand in gloves with? The biggest threat to Afghanistan's future, and by extension to the future of this region, is terrorism. Today, India raised this at the BRICS summit. BRICS is the acronym, as the acronym suggests, has 5 members: Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, BRICS. India holds the presidency of the group for this year. The summit was held virtually. India hosted it. The focus was on terrorism in the wake of the fall of Kabul. Ahead of the summit, BRICS members adopted what they call the Counter-Terrorism Action Plan. Let me tell you what this is. The plan aims to strengthen existing mechanisms to combat terrorism and its financing. It aims to prevent misuse of the internet by terrorists, to curb their travel, enhance border controls, protect soft targets, share information and build capacities against terror threats. Under India's presidency, the BRICS has dramatically expanded its range of cooperation on the anti-terrorism front. Last month, BRICS members discussed ways to deal with illegal drug production and trafficking. And this is very important. The Taliban, remember, depended heavily on the drug trade to survive. Going by one estimate, the Taliban earned at least $40 million annually from levies on opium production, heroin labs and drug shipments. The BRICS nations now have an action plan in place to fight threats of this nature. But can they work together to deliver realistic gains? India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who was chairing the summit today, outlined the priorities for this alliance.
BRICS at 15, intra-BRICS cooperation for continuity, consolidation and consensus. ये 4 C एक प्रकार से हमारी ब्रिक्स भागीदारी के मूल सिद्धांत हैं.
The ideas are there, the plans are in place, but execution is going to be a challenge because of the divergence of interests. As an alliance, BRICS is yet to get its act together. The members do not have a lot in common. And that was evident in the opening remarks of the leaders. After Prime Minister Modi, China's President Xi Jinping spoke, there was no mention of Afghanistan. Instead, the Chinese president was looking for synergy in development policies.
Our 5 countries have sought synergy between our development policies and drawn on our complementarities. We have made solid progress in various areas of cooperation in the spirit of pragmatism, innovation, and win-win cooperation, and we have forged ahead on our common journey of development.
South African President Cyril Ramaphosa wanted BRICS to push for reforms at the United Nations.
We call on BRICS to be equally bold and determined in seeking reform of the United Nations Security Council, among other things, to enable Africa to take its rightful place among the collective nations of the world in this crucial body.
Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro applauded his country's partnerships with other members.
I would like to thank the Indian rotating presidency for the excellent efforts undertaken in 2021 and for organizing this summit meeting. It is a pity that we are not able to jointly experience the warm welcome of Prime Minister Modi, which I was able to enjoy firsthand when I visited India in January 2020, a visit which to date positively reverberates in our bilateral relations.
Only one leader publicly spoke about the situation in Afghanistan. Russian President Vladimir Putin. He blamed the United States for creating this crisis, and he said the situation presents a threat to all the neighbors of Afghanistan.
US and its allies' withdrawal from Afghanistan has led to a new crisis. We are all interested in Afghanistan's ceasing to be a threat to the neighbors, so that the Afghan territory would be a source of drug trafficking and terrorism. We are interested in stopping migration flows. We are for Afghans living in peace and dignity on their soil.
Putin hit the nail on its head. Those sentiments were echoed in the joint declaration. It said that leaders are concerned about the developments in Afghanistan, and I'm quoting, Afghan territory should not become a terror sanctuary. The question is, what are these leaders prepared to do to ensure this? WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.
Gravitas, co-presented by Skoda. Kushaq, choose what really matters.